the biggest blowout shutout in the history of Dodger Stadium. I mean, it's even way worse than originally thought going into the top of the eighth at 11-0. But the way that thing ended up, I'll tell you. And before I get into the story on this one, listen, man, this is all about sending a message to the team at this point, okay? When you have that kind of a loss, that kind of a disgrace, that kind of a situation where everyone's just going to make fun of you a little bit on that one, I'll tell you right now, I hope that sends a message to the Dodgers because that should not have happened. That should not have happened. Not that kind of win. And I get it when you're bringing Miggy Rowe in to to play the last 2 innings to pitch. I get it, man. Dodgers' worst ever home shutout history at Dodger Stadium. Chicago scored 14 runs in the final 3 innings of victory. And you know what? Poor Sasaki, man. He gives up 1 run, but the dude hung in there. And just like Brad Stradamus predicted him, what did he go through? He went through 5 innings, 80 pitches, I think was the number on that, going into the 6th. So Roki Sasaki pitching 5 innings right there. Damn. Could have called that one. But still, what an embarrassment that is. What an absolute embarrassment. The Cubs finish with 21 hits. I'm going to get to, there's a silver lining here, okay? So just hang with me, all right? The Cubs finished with 21 hits. They got 9 for extra bases. What is it? The Dodgers, of course, we do have some of the highest payroll in baseball and have assembled a team of stars that everyone, is jealous about. And the 5 of the Cubs runs came against the Dodgers infield, Miggy Rowe, who came in to pitch as a result. You know what? Honestly, are you for that decision to bring Miggy Rowe in at the last 2 innings of the game and Dodgers losing 11-0? Are you okay with that? I'm kind of okay with that. What else are you going to do? Save the bullpen, at least, right? And I always call this the Dodger curse. The curse. Why is it always a former Dodger that makes the Dodgers pay in some sort of way during a game? It always, every time I see the lineup of a team that the Dodgers are playing, I look at that and go, I look for the guy and go, oh, that guy's a former Dodger. Look to him to have a good game. Am I the only one who sees this Dodger curse? When you get rid of someone, they end up just having a season. Not every single one of them, but more times than not. Michael Busch was definitely one of our top prospects and had 4 hits, including a home run and 2 doubles, drove in 3 runs. And he's hitting 308, 12 for 39. Boy, that is pretty darn good, man. That is pretty darn good. 6 doubles, you like that. 10 career games against the Dodgers. He's had some numbers against him. You got to, that's how it works. It's the former Dodger curse, I call it. It happens. How about the score right there? Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Here's the deal here. Let me just say something on this. That's an embarrassment. That's a 100% embarrassment. And I hope what that does right there, and I'm going to leave it up. I'm just going to leave it up there for a little while so we can just kind of check that thing out. It sends a message to the team. The team knows you do not want to be embarrassed like that. That is absolutely embarrassing. And it's not like, okay, you lost 7-0 or you lost 8-0. But even if they just lost 11-0 without bringing Miggy Rowe in at the end of the game, but 16-0, you deserve better as Dodgers. You are a Dodger, first off. So that's goes over all that stuff. You need to step up as a Dodger, and that needs to not happen again, especially in this season, because you don't want to give other teams false hopes. You still want to have that, that little edge over the other team. So you don't want to give them false hopes, or they can look, Cubs can spank the Dodgers at home 16-0. Anything can happen. So that's an anomaly, and we do not want to see that at all the rest of the season, okay? I challenge the Dodgers. No more of that stuff, okay? No more of those shutouts. No more of those old-fashioned spankings, because that's something that we did need to have. Now, I do want to say something about Cub fans. After just going on social media after the win, are you kidding me? If there's a Cub fan out there, you guys treat that like that was the World Series. That one game was the World Series to you guys. And because you beat up on the Dodgers 16-0, where Miggy comes in and pitches garbage time for 2 innings, don't hang your hat on that. Like, that's absolutely amazing what you pulled off, okay? Sure, it's the biggest shutout blowout in the history of Dodger Stadium. Okay? Well, all records are bound to be broken. Unfortunately, that's a bad record that you did not want to break if you were the Dodgers, and that's what happened. Hey, if you're digging the show, fastest growing show out there on YouTube for the Dodgers, hit the subscribe button. Also, hit like, too, as well. Build up the likes, subs, turn on notifications while you're at it, giving you daily content, myself and Mike Nelson. All right, so there you go on that. Kasperius was just delirious. I don't know what was going on. Let's take a look at the numbers for pitching. Man, look at those numbers. Look at the earned runs alone, okay? I mean, Kasperius was delirious. Garcia got lit up, too, as well. And Rojas sent his ERA through the roof. Like that mattered. Look at the numbers. Sasaki, you got to give it up for Sasaki. Okay, 3 Ks, 5 innings. Not bad. 3.29 ERA. He's just going to get more comfortable. I really feel like he's going to get more comfortable. He got stung with that 1 home run, but he's going to get more comfortable and continue to pitch. And look, went 5 innings. We like that. Went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits. Also, the 1 run on the 1 bomb out there, earned run, just 1. And then Kasperius came in and just went bonkers. Just gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, and then also even walked the guy. Just to sweeten the deal there. 5.06 on his ERA. I'm not laughing. It's just like, it's incredible, the numbers. I look at the numbers, and I'm not laughing at someone's misfortune. I'm looking at the numbers of what the Dodgers did, and you're just like, what the heck? There's no way you don't look at that. And you look at Garcia coming in for .1, giving up 3 hits, 4 runs. He walked the guy, too. His ERA is climbing to 7.27. But my favorite is Miggy Rowe imitating Dodgers. I think he imitated Kershaw on the mound, so he went with their delivery. And, I mean, that's fun. And in a situation like that, you're Miggy, you're thrown in. It's 11-0. Then you're going to pitch for 2 innings, okay? So what he did, having fun, I don't know if you agree with that or don't agree with it, but I don't know at that situation. No, and if you're the Dodgers, let's think about it. If you're going in the 8th, you want to save the bullpen. You're down 11-0. So what harm can it do? Well, it could do a 7-hit harm, 5 earned runs, and a home run. For Miggy, he was pitching batting practice out there. A 22.5 ERA for Miggy Rowe on the mound. This reminds me of, I think Kike actually pitches better than Rojas, but we'll see if Kike gets brought in. But come on. At this point, man, that has got to send a message to the Dodgers. Like, don't get embarrassed like that, and don't get embarrassed like that at home. Dave Roberts had something to say on the quote of the day about Miggy doing his impersonations of Dodgers pitchers. Here's what Doc had to say on that one. I guess a little bit of the levity in a game like that is just certainly helpful. It was just it just shows that he watches the game. But what he gave us to be able to throw 2 innings was huge for us, and we needed every bit of that. And that's saving the bullpen. So I don't know how you slice that one up, but you're saving the bullpen. You're putting Miggy Rowe in there. It's garbage time. You need 2 innings out of him. You're not going to win the game. So there you go on that one. Tonight on the mound, it's Rea versus Glasnow. That is 4:10 on the West Coast, 7:10 Eastern. And you look at, okay, so you can always look at, here's how you find out what Roberts is kind of thinking. So they haven't put out the lineup as I'm doing this right now, as of yet. But then you look at what Dodgers have done against Rea, and then you start thinking, okay, Roberts will most likely pick that lineup according to who's had success against Rea in the past. And if you look at who's had success against Rea in the past, well, Muncy has had a lot of success. So maybe I feel like Roberts keeps Muncy at 3rd tonight to see if he can get out of his funk, because his funk is batting 184 right now with 49 at bats. Not good right there. But since he's had success, I got to think that he'll roll him out there. Also, Pajes has had success against Rea, but I mean, you look at what Pajes, what's he doing? Oh, batting 149 with 47 at bats on the season, so he's not looking good, but he's had success against Red. I'm trying to paint, the glass half full type thing, too. Ohtani's had success. Betts has had success. Edmund, and, of course, look for Will Smith to catch because he's hit him well to do his thing. All right, so that's pretty much it, and that's going to do it for Dodgers Digest. Brad J, always thanking you for tuning on into Dodgers Digest. Subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. That's going to do it. Always remember, as you go through the day, just keep thinking Dodger Blue.